Self-actualization. What is it? I want to take some time today to talk about self-actualization. But before we do that, I want to take a minute and let's look up the word so we can make sure we're talking about the same thing. Self-actualization, the realization or fulfillment of one's talents and potentialities, especially considered as a drive or need present in. So can we say self-actualization is being the best version of yourself? Self-actualization is being the best you can be. So now that we have an understanding of what self-actualization is, let's talk about the process of achieving self-actualization. According to Western sociology or Western science, believe it or not, self-actualization is achieved by searching for things outside of the self. So that's some crazy shit. You're supposed to reach self-actualization by focusing on something outside of the self. Let me show you the chart and you'll see what I mean. Take a look at the chart. Everything on the chart is about an external environment. It's either based on the natural environment or the social environment created by people. If you try to reach self-actualization by achieving the things on the chart, you're actually going on the opposite direction. For instance, let's take a look at a sense of belonging. Did you know that most people join gangs because they're looking for a sense of belonging? Did you know a lot of people stay in abusive relationships because they're looking for a sense of belonging? Let's take one more thing off the list. Let's look at self-esteem. Now, there's nothing wrong with self-esteem, but the way this chart is telling you to achieve self-esteem is by securing property, by securing things, by being friends with people. Once again, if you're basing your life and your self-actualization on this chart, you're going the wrong direction. And let's look at the last one. This is my favorite. We all have a need to breathe, a need for food, a need for water, a need for sex, sleep, and some other stuff. But all of those are natural resources. We don't have a need for those. Matter of fact, the Bible says, thou shalt not want. That's not a commandment. That's an affirmation from God saying, I gave you air, I gave you water, I gave you food, thou shalt not want. But because we live in a day and age where we've let people get between us and our natural resources, then that need has been made. Okay, so what do I think it takes to achieve self-actualization? You're going to have to get somewhere and sit the fuck down. I'm serious. It might sound crazy. I might have said it the wrong way. But in order to achieve self-actualization, I'm going to say it one more time. You're going to have to get somewhere and sit the fuck down. And I mean that. And when I say sit down, I mean sit down by yourself. Because the first thing you got to do in order to get self-actualization is determine where you are now and who you are now. And after that, you got to figure out who you really are. Not who you've been pretending to be, not who you've been socialized to be, who you really are. And in order to do that, you're going to have to unplug from the things that's been socializing you. You're going to have to unplug from the TV. You're going to have to turn it off. You're going to have to move away and get away from some friends. You're going to have to get away from some family. Listen, I spent the last 6 months in a house by myself. Doing what? Talking to myself and getting to know myself. So you're going to have to unplug. Because as long as you're tapped into the television, to other people's music, to other people's ideas, that's going to influence the version of who you're trying to be. And it's proved in science, and it's proved in wives' tales and Aesop fables. It says birds of a feather flock together. It says that. Scientifically, if you and another person spend a lot of time together, neuroscientists have shown that your brains actually start to fire in the same manner. That's why you see some people, it'll be 3 people, but each one can talk, and the 3 of them can talk to one person without cutting each other off. So the same with television. Whatever you're watching on TV, your brain starts to merge with the same pattern, the same signals as what you're seeing. So right now, you don't know who you are. You're probably a mixture of ABC, CNN, And I hope not some of that bullshit on reality TV. Whoa. So you're going to have to take some time and get by yourself. And once you get by yourself, start asking yourself, what do I like to do? That's the first part of self-actualization, finding out what I like to do, what makes me happy. Then after that, find some people that are doing the same thing that you're doing. If you're into music and music makes you happy, find some musical people to be around. That's your affinities. If you happen to be black and you like country music, go to the square dance place. That's your affinities. See, all too often we've been told, if you're over here, this is what you should like. If you're this skin color, this is what you should like. If you're this gender, this is what you should like. When is the last time you sat down and said, I like what I like because I like it? That's the first step in reaching self-actualization. So we're gonna stop right there. Here's what we talked about. We said self-actualization is achieving your you, being the best version of yourself. Shit, I want to be Mitch 5 million.0. That's what I'm working on. Self-actualization. We agreed it's being your best you. We also took a look at that bullshit ass chart. I'm gonna just say it. It's a bullshit ass chart. The one that says you got to look for some things on the outside in order to get better on the inside. But some of those things on the outside are turning you against the person on the inside. We talked about that. How looking for self-esteem causes people to join gangs. How looking for a sense of acceptance causes people to stay in bad relationships. And what else did we say you got to do in order to find self-actualization? Come on, say it with me. Say it. Say, I got to get somewhere and do what? Sit the fuck down. Sit down. Remember the old people in the South in Atlanta used to say it all the time. You need to go sit down somewhere. It was a song called Go Sit Down. Yeah. In order to achieve self-actualization, you're going to have to take some time to spend by yourself. And you're the only person that can help you reach self-actualization because you're the only one know where you're going. It's like this. iPhones, computers, cameras, they don't come with instructions anymore. The instructions is on the inside, just like us. Each one of us has individual instructions on the inside for reaching self-actualization. I'm going to post a video next Monday, and we're going to pick up right here where we left off. Peace, love, and light is Mitch from Core Infusion, High Intensity Television. The evolution will be televised.